Hello and welcome to the Everything You podcast. My name is Nicole and today we have a very special guest joining us. So she has been hosting Capital Xtra Breakfast for the last little while, so you might recognise her voice in the mornings on the way to work. She has also interviewed countless reality TV stars, music legends and well-known entrepreneurs, and most recently she has founded Ryder, which is a way to bring Black women into the fitness space, promote diversity and inclusion. So welcome, Shayna.
Oh my God, that was so nice.
You liked
that was
it.
lovely.
That was good.
Thanks. I was thinking, who are you talking about? What's going on here?
Where is she?
Yeah, that was me. Wow, thanks for having me.
No, of course. Thank you so much for taking the time out. And it would be nice to, obviously I know about you because we've known each other for a little while.
Yeah.
And I think actually we connected when you invited me to one of the Ryder events at the Proud Project. Which was Pilates, Reformer Pilates, which I had never done before, which is so
Had you not
hard.
at that time?
I'd never done it.
Really?
Yeah. I always, when I've done it since, I find it really tricky. Even though I'm like weights girl, I find it hard.
Yeah, Reformer is not a joke. It is very difficult.
It's one of those. But in terms of you, just to get into a bit of your background, how did you start DJing? How did that come about?
Okay, so DJing. So I started radio broadcasting first, and then after about 2 years kind of fell into DJing. It was kind of something that I'd been interested in, but didn't really know how to start.
Okay.
And then being at the studio where I was doing radio, they had like decks, they had another studio, they had people to learn from. So it's kind of just like let's try this, do a little hobby, see if I can pick it up. And then from there kind of snowballed into me doing it as a career. So I started, maybe about 10 years ago now. Okay. And it's always weird to think of the start because when I was first learning, it was very much like, press this button. What does this do? Press this song. How does that sound?
So the radio stuff came first before the DJing?
Yeah, so it was radio presenting first, radio broadcasting, and then DJing kind of came second nature, hand in hand with that. So I was doing a radio show, like presenting, and then I also got a DJ mix show because I was learning. Okay. So I was doing both at the same time.
Amazing. Yeah. How long have you been on Capital?
I've been Capital Xtra for 7 years now.
Oh my God! 7 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like counting. 7 years now and doing breakfast almost 7 years. Yeah. So I started in January, I'll say, of 2019 and then started the breakfast show Monday to Friday, September of that year. And
has it always been the same partner? Because I know you're with a guy at the moment.
Has
it still been you two?
No, so I started with a girl called Yinka. So it was me and her for 3 years. We started on a Saturday show and then moved to breakfast. So it was me and her for 3 years. Then she left to go and do TV stuff and other opportunities. And then Robert Bruce, who I'm with now, came into the show, and it's been me and him for like 3.5 now, nearly 4 years.
Lovely.
Yeah, so it's been a minute.
It has. Yeah. And then how did you find? Because obviously, I don't know. You started the radio stuff and then the DJing came into that. Yeah. And then when did you start playing out to crowds, and how was that transition between the two?
Good question. I think I remember my first set, and it was maybe about 6 months into learning how to DJ. And I say learning as in I was teaching myself. So it was very much like, don't know how to do this really, just figuring it out on the way. And it was a night that was put on by the radio station. And it was a local night. Okay. And I did an early set. So no one was really there. And I was just still practicing, still playing around. And that was nerve-wracking as heck. But you've got to start somewhere. Yeah. And then from then, it was just more of the same. So just bookings where I could, whether there was no pay or rubbish pay. I did a lot of Box Park stuff in the early days as well. Okay, yeah. So shout out Box Park because they're always really good at giving any DJ opportunities, but especially if you're like new. They're like, just come and play in the day.
That's
and you're
really
like,
good.
clanging, but it doesn't matter because it's fine. So it was, and I think I did a lot of radio as well. So I had a mix show on radio, so I could practice quite a lot there. Yeah. But it's a big difference from playing on radio to playing out in front of people because you get their live reaction to when you're doing a terrible job. So that was probably even more nerve-wracking because I had the safety of the radio, feeling like, I'm so good at this. I'm getting better every day. It's great. And then going out and playing live is totally different. And people might boo you. No one booed me, but they might just.
Do you know what? It's so funny because I was like a bedroom DJ. So I got my decks and I was like, right, and I was like gearing myself up to start actually doing something with it. Yeah. And it just never got to that point.
Why?
Because I don't know. I think I was doing it during COVID times and it was like just the perfect time for me to do it. And then I don't know what happened with it. I think it just kind of fell by the wayside. And my sister a couple of months ago, she was like, can I have your decks? And I was like, no. She was like, oh, give it up. And I was like,
you never used them.
So she's got them and she's doing it. So I'm happy that she's learning and stuff. So but yeah, in terms of, I guess, having that audience reaction, that live reaction from them, that must have been something to. But obviously, no one's going to be booing you. Yeah. Like in terms of feeding back and then be like, okay, let me go here instead of where I was originally going to go.
When you want to be a DJ, you have a plan and then it can go completely out the window. You can be told what to do and then it can go completely out the window if the audience is not feeling it, and that's part of the skill set, to be adaptable and kind of be able to read the room and do what you can to feed the audience.
100%. There's nothing worse than a DJ just playing for themselves.
I know.
Do you know what I
know.
When they're having a great time and you're there like, okay,
I don't want to hear this
song for a long
time. I can get a bit like that in like the last maybe like 10 minutes of a set. So if it's like end of the party and it's like everyone's time to go home, it's like, okay, I'm going to usher you out by playing what I want to hear.
Okay.
You guys,
so it's a tactic.
Yeah, it's a tactic, and I want to hear like some real slow jams. And you guys want to party, but it's time to go home because the security's telling me to shut up. So I have the little 10 minutes then, but otherwise you got to play for the audience.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And so in terms of, I guess, the transition into fitness, how do you feel like your fitness journey has changed? Because you're 31.
Yeah.
How do you feel like it's changed over the years?
Oh my goodness. It's changed dramatically, and I don't even know where the markers are. I feel like I first got a gym membership when I was 16, 17. So quite young, and then you're just like going gym to kind of be cool. I think I was going gym. Okay. Not for like any specific look or feel or whatever. I've always been quite slim as well. So I was just like, when you're young, you might have a mindset of like, oh, I need to like get in this shape or whatever. But I was always quite skinny. So it wasn't like I need to lose weight or I need to put on. It was just like, I'm just going to go to the gym because like, this is what cool people do in it. I'm going to go to the gym. So I started going when I was like quite young, and then on and off, like enjoyed it, but didn't enjoy it enough to make it a regular thing. I had a lot of friends who were active in working out as well. And I've always been quite athletic. So I enjoy being able to do things. So I enjoy being able to run. So like I will go and run, because if I can't run, like that's not me. I've always been able to run. So I was doing a lot of that when I was younger. And then I always enjoy being in also, I think, the gym environment, because I really respect people who take care of themselves. So I feel like if you're going to the gym, whether it's for aesthetic, whether it's for mental, whether it's for, I don't know, your competition, whatever it's for, you're there for a reason. So there's something in you that's like, okay, I want to be here. So I started working in a lot of gyms. So I was doing like front of house in like loads of gyms, because I was like, this is a cool place to be. Yeah. And free gym membership. So it all worked out. Then I started working in a spin studio, front of house. And I'd done a spin class once before that, and I loved it. But spin was always a little bit out of my price range. Okay. Yeah. So I started working there again. Free classes, nice environment, great studio. It all worked out. And then from then, I trained to become a spin instructor. So yeah. I didn't know that. So my fitness really changed then, because I was on like the other side of it. Whereas not just like going to the gym, going to classes, like do it for myself. Actually being an instructor was a whole different ball game, and that I think really switched on, I don't know, like a fitness thing in my bulb, the bulb like came on then, because that became for me, like I always say to everyone, like spin saved me, because I became an instructor at a time where it was not going great. So I became an instructor. And then whenever I was in that room, whenever I was teaching or I was riding, it was like, yeah, you're getting out of this. You're getting better. You're doing fine. So that became a real light bulb for me, because it was a change in my whole life.
And was that before or after you started working at Capital?
Just before.
Okay.
So the year before I became a spin instructor, going through the worst year of my life, but also teaching spin, training to become a spin instructor, doing classes and figuring my life out. And then the year after that, like it's quite nice for me to look back, because it was like horrible. Then my dream job came up. And I was like, oh, you made it. You made it through the tough times. Yeah. And now look at what's on the other side. So I think in teaching, that changed everything for me fitness-wise. And then from there, I fell in love with classes. So it was less of the gym, more of spin, more of boxing, more of Pilates, more of bar, more like all classes that I could do, I was doing all of them, because I love that push that I would get.
And also it's that feeling of other people being there with you, and you're all kind of striving for the same thing. You might see the same people again, you know, it's a nice like community type feel, isn't it? Exactly.
So that became a big part of me for a few years. And then I had like another point, maybe at the beginning of last year, when I was working out so much and trying to chase the physical, that I was like, I've had enough of this now. I'm not doing anything. So I stopped working out for maybe like 2-3 months. That might seem like a long time in some people's minds, but for me, that was like, whoa.
How did you find that period? Because I think since I started training, I've had, whenever I've travelled, like done long travelling, so like been on, you know, on the other side of the world, I've not trained. And I've kind of made a conscious decision not to train. So it's been like a month max. But then I go, and I feel like, okay, I'm ready to go back into it. How did it feel for 2-3 months when you're so involved, you know, like usually?
It was just what I needed, because I was working so hard to try and chase like a physical goal.
What was that? What was the physical?
It was like, lose this, tighten this, grow this. It was just very like, you want to be nice and tighten, right? Yeah. A lot of it at the same time, and it was like, you are driving yourself into the ground. So I completely stopped for about 2 months, and I remember I went to the Brit Awards in that period of time, and I'm someone who's always been quite conscious of their body, like it's just who I am. But I remember putting on this tight black dress, and normally I wouldn't wear anything like that, because again, I'm quite conscious. So usually you'll see me in like big clothes, because I'm like, that's just how I am. But I put on a tight dress, and I was like, you look great. And I remember thinking, it's because you're not nitpicking everything, because you're not working out so much and finding all the flaws in you, because you want this goal immediately.
And was at that time, were you exercising?
No, that's when I stopped. Yeah, that was during the period that I stopped. And I remember thinking like a big relief that I had realised what I was doing. So yeah, that was at the beginning of last year, which was quite another like light bulb for me, where it's like, okay, we want to get back to doing this for the right reasons and feeling good when you do it, because I love working out, I enjoy working out, I feel good when I do, so why am I making it a bad thing for me?
And so in terms of the transition, so obviously you've gone from being a spin instructor to working at Capital. How did you manage to keep up your fitness regime whilst you started? Because you started with Saturdays, you said, right?
Yeah, so I was doing Saturday mornings and Friday nights.
Okay, and were you still able to keep things pretty similar in terms of your...
I was still teaching at that point.
Okay.
So I was teaching spin maybe 3 times a week.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then doing 2 shows a week on Capital Xtra, and then maybe do another class here and there. So it was like fine to do both, and I found it quite manageable. When I started doing breakfast, that was quite more demanding on my time. I was doing 5 days a week and early mornings. I was like, guys, I can't teach anymore, because I'm so exhausted. And also, when you're a spin instructor, you've got to think of all the music as well, and like all the choreography. I was like, my capacity is at 100, so that's when I couldn't do both of them.
So then in terms of keeping things going, like how did you manage to do that when you swapped to the early mornings? Like, how did you manage to, I guess, keep an element of still doing, what did you do, like what did your fitness regime become
at that point? It was just going to classes.
Okay,
so it'd still be going to spin, it might be boxing here and there, or like a class that I enjoyed, but it was just as and when, and there was no routine to it. It was just, if I've got a free day or free time, you're just gonna go, because it was still like very much enjoyment. It's just like, oh yeah, I want to go to spin today because I feel like I need a little
and did you have like a set amount of days that you'd go, or was it kind of just a bit more as and when?
It was so as and when at that point. I think because I was figuring out work and like my new normal, it was just as and when, see how you go, see what happens. And then lockdown came, because that was the year after.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, you're in your house and you're doing online workouts.
And were you still doing radio at that point?
Yeah, still doing radio. And I was still going in to the station, but my co-host was at home. So we were doing radio like down the line. Yeah. Which was a wild time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
A wild time.
I can imagine. And then what time did the early morning start when you started doing breakfast show?
So the show starts at 6:30. So we get to the studio at 6. So I'm up at 4:20.
Okay. Yeah.
And I always say I would be an early morning gym person if it wasn't for doing the show. Because my co-host does sometimes, actually. He goes to the gym before work sometimes. So he'll go to the gym at like 3:30 in the morning and then come straight to work. But I think that's insane. I think that's wild. Absolutely insane. But it works for him because he's got 2 kids, so he's like, that's the time.
That's the time when he can go.
Yeah, but early.
How many days do you guys do? Is it
5 days a week, Monday to Friday?
Wow.
Yeah. Early.
I know. Yeah. And then what's your gym routine like now, or your training routine like?
So now I am currently, I aim for 4 days a week, and now I've gone back to the gym. So I didn't even finish my journey with fitness. But now in the last, maybe since when I got over my pause of doing fitness, I was like, okay, let's go back to the gym now and like figure that out, because as I'm getting older, I know the importance of being strong. Like, it's great to be able to ride a spin bike for 45 minutes straight, but also my knees. And it's great to be able to do all these like boxing things and but like I want to be strong. So going back to the gym from last year, and now I'm on, maybe my aim is 4 days a week.
Okay.
And it's 4 days strength training, maybe a cardio day in there, and maybe a class if I feel like it, because I still love classes, but it's just where I can fit it in. Yeah, definitely. So 4 days a week is the aim.
Yeah, I think that's good. And I think it's finding a routine that complements your lifestyle. That's the most important thing. And I think it's, because it means that you're going to be able to be consistent with it. And it means that you're able to maneuver as well. I think sometimes people get really married to the structure that works for them and they love, but then sometimes something can change. And it's like, okay, what do I do at this point? And it's like, well, you can still do some of it. It doesn't have to fall away completely.
Yeah, completely.
How did you find the transition going back into the gym after you had that kind of 2 to 3 months? And what did you do? Because a lot of people that I speak to, they say, oh, don't you know what, Nicole, I fall off. And the hardest thing for them is getting back into it. And I always say, just start slowly, just do little bits at a time. Like, what did you do to get back into
to get back into it? I find it really hard. I'm not gonna lie, I find it really hard, because like I said earlier, I like to be able to do things. And going back to the gym, where I would consider myself quite active, I'm like, I should be able to do this, it should be easy. But really and truly, it's not. So I found it quite hard to go back to the gym, try exercises that I knew very well, but I haven't done them in a while. So it's like, you have to start lower, you have to start smaller, you have to take your time. So I struggled with that for a little while. It was like going to the gym and just getting annoyed and then leaving like, that was a rubbish session. I didn't do anything worthwhile. Then after a few weeks, you're like, okay, give yourself some grace. You're getting it now, it's fine. And also changing my like mindset, in that, like you said, when you have clients who are like, oh, I've fallen off, I just try and see it as I'm just continuing. Like, even if I've had a bad weekend, and not even a bad weekend, if I've had a weekend where I haven't worked out, or a week where I haven't worked out, it's okay, because I'm not gonna, that doesn't diminish my potential capability. It's just continuing. And that's helped, I guess, when I'm in the gym and I'm working out, to not beat myself up so much if I've had an off week. And I say off as in like away from the gym, not off as in I've been bad, just off that I've been away or doing other things or been busy with work. It's actually okay. I keep going, because I've been doing this for long enough now that I'm grateful that I've done all this, because it's gotten me to where I am now. So if I didn't work out 2 weeks ago, it's okay. If I didn't work out yesterday, it's okay, because I've been doing this for long enough now that I'm quite comfortable with what I can do.
Yeah.
So it's just about, for me, it was changing my mindset and not being so hard on myself.
Yeah, I think that that's really important. I feel like a lot of people spend so much more time beating themselves up about what they haven't done than actually thinking, do you know what, I have done this, and moving on to the next thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think that is something that people really do get caught up into.
Yeah.
You know? And I think it was interesting that you said that you went from having a really hard time to going into the best time, landing your dream job. And I think it shows that, you know, when you were in that phase becoming a spin instructor, you were kind of going through a phase of self-development, essentially. Yeah. And then that, you know, that transitioned into you landing your dream job. Yeah. And you basically put yourself into a state of energy that attracted that.
Exactly.
Because you were like, right, I'm me focused, this is what I want, this is what I want. You're able to see things a lot clearer and then really push for it.
Yeah,
you know?
that was exactly it.
Yeah, it's good. It makes a difference. And I think sometimes that's the biggest thing for people to take away, is that actually, you know, you're doing these things to better yourself, and you're not a perfect person. Like, no one's perfect.
No one's perfect.
But if you're just doing a little bit better each week, each day, then that's going to take you beyond where you even think is manageable. You know?
Exactly. That's what I always try and remember. It's like the 1% better each day, or just continuing what you did yesterday or the day before. You're always going to be better than what you have been, what you are, if you just keep pushing, if you just keep going at it. I try and remember that all the time. Yeah. Sometimes it's difficult, but
yeah. And how what was the idea, or what kind of spurred the idea on for Ryder?
So, my baby Ryder. So Ryder Studio came from, essentially, I think it started back when I was teaching spin. So back in 2018 when I was teaching, and I worked in a boutique spin studio. They had maybe like 4 studios around London, doing really well, and they were everywhere. It was amazing. It was a lovely community. It was a lovely feel. And I did a class. I remember doing this class so specifically and so vividly. I did a class for Carnival weekend. And it was like this special class. So you do like special music and whatever. So I remember I had a sold out class, and I was like, this is going to be great. It was Carnival Sunday, and I was so excited because I go Carnival every single year. So I've got on the bike, and I'm like, hey guys, how's everyone doing? And I was like, woo! I'm like, so who's going Carnival today? Silence. I was like, who's been Carnival before? One lady in the back of the room. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. This is going to be interesting. So I'm thinking, like, this is sold out ride, and I'm like, yeah, they're all going to like feel what I'm excited to feel. So from there, I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And then being in the rooms, being the only person of colour in these rooms, whether it was at spin or at Pilates or at bar, or in all these like boutique wellness fitness spaces that I love so much, and I know my friends would too, but they just think like, oh, they don't play my music, or they don't, or it's not for me, or I've seen it online, but like no one like me is doing it. So it started from, I put up like maybe like a video online of like me at all these spaces, and I was like, does anybody like want to hang out? Like, does anybody who looks like me want to come with me to these places? Because I have no friends. Not no friends, but like I want to like go with the gang. I want to go with the girls. And then Christine at the Proud Project, so she messaged me and she was like, seen your video. If you ever want to do anything at the Proud Project, just let me know. You can have it. It's all yours. And I was like, that's so lovely. What a fantastic idea. So I threw the International Women's Day, the first event at Proud Project, and it was like for all women of colour, and there was maybe like 20 of us, 16 and 18, 20 of us, I don't know.
Was the first time you did it the one that I came to, or did you do
I believe that was the first one. International Women's Day. And I kind of invited some friends that I knew. Christina gave me like your name, people that had like wanted to come to Proud or wanted to try Pilates but never got round to it, and it was just a lovely environment. It was like we played like R&B, there was dancehall, there was just, everyone was there together, and everyone was also new as well. And I think when you're trying fitness spaces, it's always very intimidating, like regardless. So going somewhere where people are like similar to you in that be shape, skin color, hair, like music preference, anything, you're already like, okay, cool, I have something in common here.
Yeah.
Let's try this all together. So did that first class, and then from there, I loved it so much. I was so happy with that day. And then I kind of just snowballed it from there. So then it turned into like doing spin classes, doing pole classes, doing more Pilates. I did like a Father's Day one for like the boys to come and try Pilates as well at Proud. So yeah, it's been great. It's been really fun and really, I think, really important as well.
Yeah, it is important. It's important to see people like yourself doing the things that you want to do, because otherwise, even if you're not consciously thinking it, you might not book that thing. You might not give that a try because you're like, oh, actually, you know, I don't know how it's going to be. You might feel like you're going to be uncomfortable. But being in a space, and it was really nice. Like, it was so nice being in a group of people, like you said, a group of black girls, you know, and being in a space where that would never usually be the case. It's never been the case. I don't think in all the years that I've been in the industry, I don't think I've ever, apart from actually Beats and Bands. You know,
Just Jean.
I think that's the only other time where it's been like, okay, that's my people here. But it was really, really nice, and I think it's a really good thing, definitely, to bring everyone together and be like, okay, you can try this, you can do this, and for people to be comfortable to, you know, give it a go. Exactly,
because I think it's not just about being with like your friends or people that you connect with, but also like trying things. So if you don't want to, like, I'm someone who's always been quite like happy to do things alone. I'll just go here, go there, try that, and it's fine. But I know that doing these kinds of things are not easy. Trying something new is very daunting. So having the opportunity to try it where you're going to feel the most comfortable, that's what I'm like so happy to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And in terms of rider, like, what's the next thing? What are you cooking up?
So everyone's been asking me for spin so much, and I'm really surprised because I thought spin was a very popular trend back when I was teaching it like a few years ago, and I'm a lover of spin. Like, I'm never gonna let it go. never.
Do you feel like it's well, Pilates, I think, is kind of that kind of trendy thing now? Do you feel like spin has taken a back seat from where it was?
Yeah, absolutely. Because spin was super popular back when it was like Soul Cycle days.
Yes.
And then that was like popular in America. Then everyone was like, I want to do Soul Cycle. And they came to the UK. There's like other studios like very similar to that. And it's still popular. People who still go and love it. Still popular now. But it's just there's other classes that are also available. So it's surprising when people are like asking for spin so much. But I think the element of like the room being so full and vibrant and loud and the music makes such a big difference, because spin isn't something that, if you don't like it, it's a hard class. The seat's uncomfortable, you're sweating, it's like jump up and down and non-stop, and like it's a lot going on. If the music's good, you might just find your way through it. So people have been asking me for spin a lot. So,
and would you teach the spin? Or would you...
I've done a few of our rider classes and I've taught them, but I've co-taught them with like Fiona, who does Soul Cycle now.
Okay, is that Fiona? Was she at the Proud Project before?
No, it's not the Fiona. Okay. Yeah. So I've done like a co-teach with her, and that's been fun. But I don't know if I want to teach.
Yeah.
I think
you want to enjoy it.
And I want to like make sure everyone's enjoying. I want to like run around and be like, let's go. So I think we're gonna do spin next. That will be the next class, and I think spin, and then I think I want to do different cities as well, and we want to grow like bigger. I want to do like outdoor stuff. I want to do wellness stuff as well. I want to get into wellness because wellness is like another love for me, but similar. When I go, I don't see my girls.
Yeah. So when you say wellness, what do you mean, like yoga, kind of like mindfulness, kind of like, what do you mean when you say wellness?
I mean infrared saunas. I mean cryotherapy. I mean cold plungers here and there, because I don't really like them myself, but I mean they're good for some people. Mindfulness is in there definitely. Sound baths. I feel like I want to do all that stuff as well, because I love that kind of stuff. And I'm still trying to find where I go to for that kind of stuff myself, because it's definitely readily available, but it's just about finding your home for it. Like there's a retreat that I go to a lot called Glass House in Essex, and they're like a plant-based hotel.
Oh, okay.
And they're all about wellness, and that is beautiful there. That's the only place that I know that I'm like, yeah, that's my spot.
So did you do quite a few retreats? Because I've done one. I've done a yoga retreat in India once.
Yeah.
But it's always something that's on my list. It's like, I should treat myself to a retreat.
Same,
I'm
the
the same. I just never do it.
I'm exactly the same as you. I always see them, I'm like, yeah, save that. Yeah, put that in your notes, want to do that. But I've never actually been to one away or like a created one.
Yeah.
But it's on my list as well.
So what's the Glass House? Like, what do they do
Glass
there?
House. So they are a hotel, but their focus is plant-based and wellness, I'd say. So you go and you stay and you do whatever you want to do. There's no like set things, but they have classes all day. So they have sound baths, they have yoga, they have meditation, they have they're in like, they've got like massive fields around, so you can do like a walk with them, like a hike with them as well. They have cold plunge, they have cryotherapy, they have all your meals are included as well in your stay. So you get 3 meals a day, and they're all plant-based, they're all like fresh produce. Like their focus is very much on, all right, you're going to come, you're going to stay, you're going to feel good, you're going to enjoy. So that's the one that I've been there maybe like 4 or 5 times.
Really? And how long stint do you stay? How long do
I
you
love
stay?
it there so much. The max I've stayed is 2 days.
Yeah.
Because it is quite spenny. But when we've gone and we've met people, they're like there for a week. And they're doing like, you can do like set plans there. So you can do. So
you've got
like,
it all mapped out for you.
Yeah.
Basically.
And they'll give you like the food that your plan requires. And then you'll do this class and that class and X, Y, and Z. But it's beautiful there. But those kind of things is what I want to get more into. And travel and do those kind of things as well. But similar to you, I'm like, I see them and I want to go. I just haven't. Yeah,
I've heard of so many over the years from clients where they have just gone and been like, right, I'm booking myself into this place, and they just disappear for like a week. Yeah, but I just haven't done it. I need to put it on the list and actually put it.
Actually get it done.
Yeah, 100%.
I saw a really nice one. I want to say in Thailand, and that's very far, but I saw a beautiful one girl I follow on Instagram. She went to one in Thailand, and they're very focused on like gut health. Yeah. So they give you like all the full body scan, all the works, everything. So yeah,
that would be a nice thing to do actually, because I've seen a few in Thailand where you do quite a lot, but then it's quite a long, obviously it's a longer stint, so it's like a week, 10 days, that kind of thing, and you must come out just feeling amazing, like having amazing food, lots of exercise,
you wouldn't want to leave
food. You would just be like, you'd probably do the scan afterwards and everything's like everything's changed.
I went on holiday recently. I went to Grenada, and then I did I have a doctor in like Southwest London, and he's like a holistic guy, so you get like a full body scan and see what's going on. And I went to go and see him, and he was like, yeah, everything's like, you're not eating well and whatever, but these things are off the scale. Like, why are you so relaxed? I was like, I was just on holiday. He was like, oh, okay, it makes so much sense, because all my markers that were for relaxation and calm and vitamin D and all the happy things were like off the scale, but like my sugars were crazy high, or like everything that was bad was like bad. But he was like, this is not matching. I was like, well, I was on holiday. He was like, you should do that more, because this side of you is doing great. So when you like away and you do things good for yourself, it honestly shows in your body. Yeah,
it does. And it's just that relaxation as well, especially when you're in like a really tight schedule, as I guess you have been for the last few years. It's like you're just taking some time and just relaxing,
just doing
how
nothing.
Do you do that with holiday though? Like who takes over from you when you're on holiday?
I don't know.
Do you just let them sort it out?
Honestly, people ask me all the time, and I'm like, I don't know. When I'm off that radio, I'm off. I mean, I know who does it, and it's usually Manny Norte who covers us on the breakfast show, and he's always really great. But when I'm off, I'm like, bye guys.
Have you always been that way, or when you first started, were you scared to take holiday, or like were you apprehensive about going on holiday at all?
Yeah, a little bit apprehensive, because in the business that I do, like visibility is work. Like you have to be seen or heard to be seen or heard. Like it's not passive income. You have to do the do. So at first it was a bit like, it's fine, I'll just work all the time. But like anything, you have to actually reset. You have to recharge. And when you have like a pretty demanding schedule when it comes to like early mornings, you really have to, because it will take its toll on you quicker than you even know. It will like catch up to you. So I'm better at it now, because it's like, I mean, I like to sleep, I like to go on holiday, I like to rest. So I'm better at it now, but at first it was a bit like,
yeah, I can imagine.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to go anywhere. I'll just stay in the seat all day long, 24/7.
That's so funny. And in terms of, I guess, because you've been there for such a long time, have you had offers to do other things that are more along the lines of like more TV kind of stuff? Yeah,
there's been a few things that have come through.
Love Island?
As in go on Love Island?
Did you ever get offered that?
No, as in to be
a contestant, yeah.
God, no.
You know, you've never been offered.
No. That's not my. I don't think I would.
Bag.
That's not my bag. I don't think I would. I would suit that at all.
Back in the day, would you have suited it?
No. I'm not like. One, I just don't think I'd be comfortable being in my bikini 24/7.
Yeah, I think that is a requirement actually.
Yeah, you like.
Yeah.
Everything, and I'm like, what if I sit down and then you've got my bad side? What are you talking? No. The TV stuff. I mean, Love Island. I watch Love Island religiously. I love that show so much. Yeah. But the big contestant would be like they are, the guys that go on that show. Props to them because they're great. But other offers and stuff, you get things that come in, and everything isn't always like guaranteed. So you can try something, demo something, get the yes for something, and then it kind of like falls away because of like production and stuff.
Yeah.
So things have come in here and there, and I do, where I work in the mornings, I have the opportunity to do things for the rest of the day. So that's always really good. So like voiceovers are really good to do. They're really fun because you can get them done quite quickly, and then they can like last for quite a long time. Like content stuff online as well. So yeah, there's been a few things that have come. Round and round, which is good.
And in terms of who you've met, because you've interviewed quite a few people, have you ever been like starstruck?
Oh, yeah, a couple of times, but it's always by like the ones you least expect.
Okay.
So, the ones that I got starstruck by properly was Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
That was like, oh wow, they're like. That's like a big deal. And we were sitting, because we did like a junket for them. So it's like a junket is where you go to them. So it would be like in a studio or a hotel, and they'll have like the whole setup. So it would be like cameras and lights and everything. Then they'll rotate interviewees in and out of the room. So we're sitting in this like, I think like some fancy hotel in central London. And it's like, we're like waiting for them, and they're a bit late, and then the whole floor smells like weed, and we're like, oh my God, they're coming. Like, oh my God, they're coming. And then they were like, lovely, like good. Exactly what you'd think they'd be like proper, like they're your uncles, like your family members.
That's nice.
So that was like starstruck, also like, wow, I can't believe that happened. But then also like we saw Dermot O'Leary the other day in the studio, and I was like, oh my God, I grew up on this man. Like, I'm actually X Factor every single weekend. I used to watch you every single weekend. And he again was like, hey guys, and we're like, oh my God, damn it, O'Leary, wow.
So both of you were like that?
Both of us were like, the whole producers, everyone was like, wow. I saw Lisa Kudrow, Phoebe from Friends, in the building.
Was she nice?
She was lovely.
Yeah.
She's a little bit like Phoebe, like she's a little bit awkward, but like also like a babe. I was just like, hi. She was like, hi. I was like, I'm just so happy to meet you. She was like, you too. Here I am. She was really lovely. Also, like we've seen, because in our building there's studios everywhere. So we have Radio X next to us, we have Capital on the other side, LBC are downstairs, Hot are upstairs.
Okay.
So there's people milling about all the time. So I think it was like last year we saw, do you know Line of Duty?
Yeah.
So they had I don't know their real names, which is really bad, but Steve Arnott, the guy who plays Steve Arnott, and his the lady.
Yeah.
What is her name in
Vicky
the show?
McClure?
Yeah, her. So they were
I'd be
in.
starstruck by her, I think.
I was like, oh my God, so we're like waving at them through the glass, like, wow. So there's been a few people that is, they're like a little bit rogue because they're not even our guests that we get to speak to. Yeah. They're just people that we've seen around in the building that I'm like, oh my goodness, this is insane. Yeah. Bar Snoop and Dre, they were. They were insane.
Yeah, the junket thing sounds cool though.
Yeah.
I guess like it makes sense for them, it's depending on what they're doing.
Yeah.
To just do like a whole day of like interviews.
A whole day of
coming
press.
in and out.
Yeah, they are a lot of fun, but they are like, I always feel for whoever it is, like the artist or the actor, whoever, because they're on a revolving door of just like people being like, hi, so question, okay, next one.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane for them. So you always got to go in and just be like, I know we're like 1 of 7 today, so and
just
then,
have a bit of fun.
Yeah. But they're always on good form. Like,
Yeah.
it's part of the job, innit? So they're always on good form.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on, Shayna. It's been lovely to have you.
Thanks for
and
having
really nice
me.
to get an insight into. Obviously, we've met once before.
Yeah.
And we've known each other on Instagram for ages. But it's been nice to get more of an idea as how things have changed for you, fitness-wise and career-wise. And I'm really excited to see what's to come.
Thanks for having me. That's been really fun.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So cute.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you heard, then make sure you like, you share, and subscribe.